Good evening, everybody. It's Charlie, and welcome back to another video on the Chatting Leeds YouTube channel. Hope everyone has had a great Sunday so far. Just before we get into this video in more detail, please make sure that you are smashing that like button. It really does help get the video out there to more people. Please subscribe to the channel if you are brand new and hit that notification bell. And of course, get all of your thoughts and opinions into the comment section down below. Obviously, if you haven't already, go and check out this morning's upload, player ratings from yesterday's defeat against Burnley. Please go and check that out if you haven't already, and smash a like as always. So yeah, tonight's upload, I wanted to come on and just discuss Daniel Farke really, and sort of the reaction to yesterday's defeat. There's a lot of people who are questioning Farke at the minute, questioning his in-game management, questioning his tactics, his team selection, and just his general thinking in games. How he chooses to change things, when he changes things, etc. And there's some people who want Daniel Farke out. There are some people who are saying he's only got X amount of time before the 49ers pull the plug. I've seen people say that they think Leeds will still get promoted, maybe just not with Daniel Farke, which I think is interesting as well. I mean, it is a tough one. It is a tough one because, the guy has got 2 promotions under his belt, from his time at Norwich, and he obviously knows how to get out of the division. Did Farke have a better team at Norwich to the team that he's got now? I don't think so. And he still managed to get out of the division twice. I think last season was ultimately a failure. We had, on paper, we probably had, other than Leicester, maybe, I'd say that we had the best squad in the league. Ipswich kind of defied that logic. They didn't spend the most amount. They didn't go mega in the transfer market, and they still got promoted. I think they were riding the crest of a wave, really, from their League One promotion. And then this season, look, I think ultimately, if Leeds had assigned a number 10, I think it'd have made it a 10 out of 10 perfect window. I'd still give the window a good 7 out of 10. I think the players that we've brought in are good players. You've got Solomon on loan from Spurs, who is easily a Premier League player. You've got Laji Ramazanian, good up and coming talent, from a La Liga side. Isaac Schmidt, decent fullback from the Swiss League. You've got Ayo Tanaka. You've got Joe Rodon on a permanent, Jadon Bogle. Plus the players that we've managed to keep. We've got Nonto, Mateo Joseph, Dan James, Ampadu, etc. We should be going up this season. And we should be seeing much better football, in my opinion. Now, this might seem reactionary after just one defeat. It's our first defeat of the season. And I get why people may be thinking, what are you talking about? It's one defeat, yada, yada, yada. But yesterday's defeat, and I said this on the match reaction with Owen last night, that game yesterday we saw loads of times last season where Leeds struggle to break down a low block at home. I'm thinking Blackburn at home. I'm thinking Sunderland at home. Sheffield Wednesday at home. Coventry at home. Yes, there was the odd occasion where a Georgie or a Cree would get us out of jail. But, even the players that we've got now, should be helping us get out of jail. But people have said before that Farke relies on individual talent and certain individuals to get him out of a jam. I think I'm of that opinion now. He relies on moments. He relies on, like I say, certain individuals that can, grab the game by the scruff of the neck. We didn't see any of that yesterday. Nobody took that game by the scruff of the neck. It was clear that Burnley had a clear game plan. I think they came to Ellen Road to get a draw. And when they found themselves in front, they'll have been counting the lucky stars. Once they went in front, they sat back and they allowed Leeds United to have the ball because they simply knew that we were not going to do F all with it. And we didn't. We didn't do anything. We had a few more chances than what I actually realised when I've watched the highlights back. But, we're just not clinical enough yesterday. And that's fine. You get games like that. And if that was a one-off isolated instance where we couldn't break down a low block, you think, well, all right, then you work on it and you move on. But I think what makes yesterday's defeat more worrying is that I think we're going to see that a lot this season, especially at Ellen Road. We're going to see teams come, especially teams in the lower half of the league. You're going to see teams come to Ellen Road, park the bus and try and get a point or catch us on the counter-attack. Now, let's be honest. If Solomon doesn't slip yesterday, I think that game finishes 0-0. Genuinely. Because I think Burnley would have sat back a little bit more in the second half and just held on to a point. And I just think we could have played another 90 minutes and Leeds wouldn't have been able to score. Now, that's on Farke for me. In terms of his team selection, tactics, how he sets us up. Surely, on the training pitch, you would expect that we work on scenarios like that, when teams sit back, how to break down a low block, etc. We clearly don't. His in-game management at times is woeful. His reactionary with his subs, the reluctance to make subs earlier amazes me. It was clear to see, I think everybody in the ground, everybody watching it at home knew that needed changes at half-time. So if all us lot can see it, how can't he and his team see it? I've said it numerous times on the channel. Ethan Ampadu and Ilya Gruev together in the double pivot does not work at all. They are both the same player that do the exact same role. Zero balance in midfield whatsoever. Now, a lot of people were calling for Tanaka. I was calling for Tanaka. But I'm not being funny. Even if you put Joe Rothwell in there, someone who's more forward thinking, whether it's Rothwell or Tanaka, someone needs to be alongside Ampadu that can get forward more. It should be that Ampadu sits a little bit to protect the back four, and then the other player in the pivot can go forward and join in and link the attack. But we don't see it. They both sit and both do sideways passing and backwards passing. It was so frustrating to watch yesterday. Jayden Bogle down that right-hand side, I thought was awful. Awful. Couldn't string a pass together. Can't defend at all. Joe Rodon's not exactly had the greatest of starts. Thought Pascal was okay. Firpo didn't have a great day. And then going forward, I just think we just lacked any creativity, no urgency to get forward. 8 minutes of added time at the end and we're just passing it around at the back with Melia. I mean, what on earth is that about? Felt a bit sorry for Joseph up top yesterday because he didn't really get the service. Thought Brendan was quite ineffective in the game, which, fair enough, he has had a good start, but if Farke can see that he's not really affecting this game, take him off sooner. I think the three in behind the striker that we all want to see is Nonto, Ramazani and Solomon. He's not going to do it, though, because I think he likes Aronson in the 10 now. But, you've brought Largy Ramazani in for what? 11 million quid from a La Liga team. And you're giving him what? 10, 15 minutes at the end of a game? It's not enough time for him to get settled into the team and, make things happen, is it? Let's be honest. And when he did come on yesterday, Leeds looked a little bit brighter going forward, I thought. The 49ers have invested money this summer. So they're going to be looking at that thinking, why have we invested all of this money for players and you're not putting them on the pitch? I think Dan James is a bit of an underrated one as well. I think we've missed him. I think he had something different on that right-hand side as well. But obviously, that can't be helped. He's injured. I just think, guys, as time goes on, if we keep seeing these sorts of games and we're dropping points, the 49ers could pull the plug on Daniel Farke. Now, again, this seems... People will think this is reactionary and that I'm just reacting to yesterday's defeat in isolation. I'm not. Burnley are a decent team in this league. They'll be in and around it come the end of the season, 100%. So to get beat by them, it's not embarrassing. It's not, I'm not going to lose sleep over it. It's one of them things. The worrying thing is the performance, and that we've seen that level of performance. We've seen that script time and time and time again. And I genuinely believe that if we get to November, December, and we're not in the top 6, and again, that might sound like an overreaction, right? We probably will be in the top 6 around that point. But I'm just saying, in a world where we're not, and it's because of performances like yesterday, he'll be out. Financially and from a business standpoint, we have to get promoted this season. Kinnear pretty much said that in the Square Ball interview. We have to get promoted this season. So if the 49ers are having doubts and Leeds are in the position that they should be come, like I say, maybe November, December, he'll be out. The pressure is going to start to mount on him. We've got Cardiff on Saturday. We need to win that. We need to get back to winning ways comfortably as well. Coventry at home will not be an easy one. Coventry ain't no mugs in this league. And then you've got back-to-back away days at Norwich and Sunderland. I'm expecting out of the next 4 games, I'm expecting 9 points, at least 3 wins, at least. But like I say, guys, people will think this is reactionary and that I'm an idiot because it's just one defeat and blah, 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 blah. But I don't care. We've seen that performance loads of times under Daniel Farke. He cannot break down a low block, and he really, really needs to work on it. Otherwise, his job could be at risk at some point this season if we don't see vast improvements in that. And that's just my opinion, guys. But we'll leave it there for tonight. Really do appreciate everyone that has dropped by to watch this video. If you haven't already, please smash a like on it. That will really help get the video out there to more people. Please subscribe to the channel if you are brand new and hit the notification bell and get your thoughts and opinions, guys. I'm really interested to see what everybody thinks about Daniel Farke's position at Leeds at the minute. Obviously, there's no white wall this evening, guys, due to a few of the lads being busy. We've decided to move the pod to tomorrow night. So make sure that you tune into the White Wall at 8 o'clock tomorrow and check out that channel as well. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday night, guys, and I'll see you in a bit. Cheers.